So we all know at this point how important a good thumbnail and a good title are in terms of trying to grow a YouTube channel. And both of these things, YouTube recognizes they're so important that they actually let you change them after the fact. And yet the first 10, 15, even 20, 30 seconds of your video are so important to setting the stage for your video, to tell the viewer they've landed at the right place. This is going to be a good quality video that they want to watch. So your hook is so important, maybe even more important than your title and thumbnail. Now, it's important to have a whole bunch of title variations lined up so that if one title isn't working so well, you can easily swap it out with another and see how it performs with your audience. Now, arguably, a good thumbnail is even more important. In fact, it's so important that YouTube actually rolled out the ABC testing tool not too long ago, so you can test various thumbnails and compete them against each other and see which one will perform the best with your audience. Now, arguably, that thumbnail testing tool is flawed. People have shown various reasons why, like even vastly different thumbnails sometimes produce very unexpected results or very similar results, and there's not a clear winner. So it's not always the best testing tool. And yet YouTube, simply by rolling out this testing tool, they've recognized how important it is to have a good thumbnail. The thumbnail is what stops the scroll. It allows people to see just at a glance what your video is about. So your title and your thumbnail are vastly important to have a successful video. And yet people have been saying lately that it's also equally as important, maybe even more important than these two, to have a good hook. The first 10, 15, even 20, 30 seconds of your video are so important to setting the stage for your video, to tell the viewer they've landed at the right place. This is going to be a good quality video that they want to watch. So your hook is so important, maybe even more important than your title and thumbnail. Those things, of course, let the viewer know that they want to click on it in the first place, but really the hook is what allows them to think about whether they want to continue watching, not just for the first few seconds where they might drop off, but the whole video. So that hook is so incredibly important. And yet YouTube doesn't have a way, or at least right now, that we can test various hooks. But I suggest, and I think that they can easily add this kind of feature to your upload process. The thing is, YouTube already has this YouTube editor, right? So with the YouTube editor, you can very easily cut parts out of a video. So to make this new feature, all you have to do is add both hooks at the very beginning of your video, and then as soon as you upload, just have it on private at first so nobody can see this video, but then edit the video and take one of those hooks out. That'll leave one of the hooks with the rest of your video, and then after a day or so, you can revert back to the original video. YouTube allows you to take all the edits out, revert back to the original video, private the video first, of course, revert back to the original video, and then take out the first hook that you tried, and then just leave that second hook that you want to try. So very easily, you can look at your analytics then and see how it performed on the first day versus how it performed on the second day. So you can test various hooks. Now that's what we can do manually, but I suggest that YouTube can actually set this up to do automatically as well. You simply tell YouTube, tell in this editor or maybe another interface or something like that, tell YouTube, hey, this first 20 seconds of the video is hook number 1, and the second 20 seconds is hook number 2, and just tell it to swap it out, just like it swaps out the thumbnail. I know it's a little more complicated than that because it's a YouTube editor rather than just swapping out a picture, but it's the same concept, right? So test this with one set of my audience, test them with one hook, test the other hook with the other set, the other portion of my audience, and see which one performs better. I think that would lead to even better results than a thumbnail testing tool. A lot of times the thumbnail testing tool, it goes out to your core audience first, and mostly your core audience is already going to be invested in clicking on the video. A lot of times, though, personally, when I click on a video, I'll give it even if I'm subscribed to the channel and I like the channel, if it doesn't catch my attention within that first 20 seconds or so, even then, even if I really like the channel, I'll say to myself, well, really isn't the video for me. But if I can test various hooks, or that channel can test various hooks, then all of a sudden you have more than one chance at seeing which one of those performs best with your audience.